Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Winter Concert 2022 here at LP High School. Can you hear me there? All right, this is our treble choir. They will be kicking things off this evening. This group is the first class in the morning. So sometimes it feels a little bit early to start singing, right? And do all of the fun, weird things that I like to have you do in the morning. But I will say this, they always come in ready to work with a cheery disposition, and they're just an overall joy to teach, and I very much enjoy them. And I feel like we've been making a lot of progress over the last few months here. We are going to kick things off with Carol of the Bells. Carol of the Bells has become a very popular traditional Christmas carol here in America, but it actually originated in the Ukraine, and it has another name, the Ukrainian Bell Carol, and we will be singing that for you this evening. Here we are. Is kind of a jazzy interpretation of the traditional God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
Beating in tempest, storm, and rain, and when to Oh, tidings of comfort and
The treble choir's final piece for you tonight is actually a Jonas Brothers Christmas song. So I think I picked the right group for this one because some of them got very excited and squealed when I said what it was. Not all of them, but a fair amount of them. So we're going to wrap it up with Like It's Christmas. Dum, 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 dum.
snow on the ground, love in the air, sleigh bells are ringing. This is what it's all about. The fire is born.
So up here now, we have our mixed choir. Each day we rehearse, I am continually impressed, basically with the growth that this group makes, and that we have made. I mentioned this at the last concert, that we all come from a wide variety of backgrounds and experiences musically. And this group just continues to make leaps and bounds, and I really do feel that. And you know, we've been taking on way more difficult literature this round after our first concert, and I'm just really proud of you for that. You know, you really came a long way, like you're just nailing that three-part harmony right now. You're not even hesitating, and you're just jumping in and doing it, and I'm very proud of you. And I'm really, really genuinely excited to see where we end up at the spring concert and what kind of things we're doing then, okay? So, first up, we have a fun little Christmas song by the Beach Boys, which a certain administrator said that that may be one of their favorite groups. And it's called Little Saint Nick, so here it is. So for our next song, it's a song that was made famous by Stevie Wonder. It's one of his Christmas ballads called Someday at Christmas. I've always loved this song. And in this group, we have 3 ladies here that happen to be seniors, and they are graduating early. So this will be their final concert here at Alpha High School. So we thought it would be nice because typically at the spring concert, the seniors get to do solos. And I didn't want them to miss out on that opportunity. So we thought we'd do a little senior feature for their final concert. And they've been doing a really amazing job with these solos at the beginning of the song. I guess I should have said, please mute your phones and pictures and all of that at the beginning of the concert, so I will take the blame for that one. Everyone, go ahead. this is going off script, but you guys, I think that was the best we've ever sang that in terms of just emotion and expression. And I think because it really meant something to you tonight, and I could feel that, and I really like that. And thank you for the soloist as well. Preston alongside Tony. Okay, so the final piece for the mixed choir. I was so shocked when this became their favorite song. It is, it's kind of a variation of Good King Wenceslas, which to some people that's a very familiar Christmas carol, very old-fashioned, Old English, and some people have never heard of it. So we are doing a new spin on it, and we are including some handbells over here with Jackson and Aiden Schneider and Morgan Roberson. We also have Philip Guglielmetti on the drum, who is joining us from the band, so that's a really cool thing. And they just love this and they want to sing it all the time, so here it is. I just loved it when we added the handbells and the drum, and it just gave that very Renaissance-y feel. And I thought, wow, great job. Again, best we've ever done that, right? I'm just blown away from it. Okay, so last but certainly not least, we have our concert choir. This group is small, but sometimes, Miss Ingalls and I say this often, when they're singing and we're really like in the thick of it, even though there's under 20 of them, I feel like there's 50 people singing at me. I don't know how they do it, but it blows me away every time. Our first piece is a song that's called White Winter Hymnal by like the early 2000s indie band Fleet Foxes. Well, Pentatonics covered this in about 2014, and this is one of those songs, like My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music, that technically isn't a Christmas song, but somehow got looped in with now becoming a traditional Christmas song. So it's called White Winter Hymnal, and they're going to be doing some body percussion, and I hope you enjoy it.
I was following the 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 pack, all swallowed in their coats, the scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, the scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, the scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
Dum dum.
Again, not a Christmas song, but still, it's a great tune. Pentatonics made it popular, and you just did a really great job of executing that. So we're really going to shift gears now. Next, we will be singing Ave Maria. Not the traditional Schubert Ave Maria. We're going to be doing the Bach-Gounod Ave Maria. This is interesting. I like to share a little bit of this with you. So I like to call this rendition, it's kind of like the original mashup. And a mashup is when you take two songs that are already in existence and you blend them together. So this is very cool because the melody of this song and the accompaniment were composed 70 years apart. So Bach and Charles Gounod, two composers, they weren't even contemporaries. They weren't even existing at the same time. And Bach, his accompaniment is what Mrs. Ingalls will be playing. And it's from a book of preludes. This is prelude number 1. So then 70 years later, Charles Gounod comes up with this melody, and then he puts it over top of the Bach accompaniment. So it's a really cool blend of things. I'm just going to share a little personal story because I think it will help our delivery. Recently, we had someone that was very important in our family pass away a week or so ago, and this was their favorite version of this song. They even played it at their wedding like 50 or more years ago, and they recorded it, a video, and sang it with the most intent and emotion ever, and that person got to hear it before they passed away, so it's really special. And we all kind of bonded over this, and I think they're going to share that same emotion with you right now. Ave Maria. So it's not in the program, but we thought we might pepper a little something extra in here real quick. So while our percussion over here gets set up, we have Philip joining us again on tambourine, as well as Samantha Hicks on drum. Again, 2 members of the band. I think it's really great that they decided to collaborate with us, and they're doing a great job. This next song is called Veni, Veni, Emmanuel, and I just forgot my script, so. So I like to call this one an oldie but goodie. Now, I call it an oldie because the melody of this piece is actually 1,200 years old. 1,200 years old. So you may even call it timeless, right? 1,200 years old. So I grew up knowing this tune, hearing it at Christmas time, and just loving it. You know, it's just something that I hear every year, and I very much enjoy singing it. And this arrangement is really cool because it takes this 1,000-plus-year-old melody, and then it adds this really neat rhythmic kind of underscore under it. So you've got this fast rhythmic ostinato, which is a repeated pattern just going on, and then this beautiful old ancient melody, if you will. And I wanted the kids to experience this melody. I personally love chant music, like Gregorian chant. It's not for everybody, you know, it's like ancient, kind of boring. But I just really love this rendition because it combines the old and the new. This is a very, very challenging piece. The learning process. What do we always say? Trust the process, right, you guys? And there were a lot of, you know, starting this piece. We weren't where we are now, you know. There were a lot of groans and headaches and rubbing eyes and tired faces, myself included, you know. And we just said, trust the process, trust the process. I guarantee you this is going to be one of your favorite songs to perform, and it is. We love to go out in the lobby out there and sing it because it's made of marble, and it feels like you're transported to another time. So this is Veni, Emmanuel, featuring Philip and Samantha, and also please listen for Emily Kometz and Nora Meyer with a nice little descant. Veni, Emmanuel.
Amen.
So to close our evening, we're going to do something where we're all going to kind of join together. So choirs, go ahead. Go ahead and start getting into those positions. I really enjoy working with your kids. I said it last time and I'll say it again. And we're just growing and growing every week. And we're going to close the evening with everyone singing Silent Night. And the kids are going to come down and they're going to kind of stand on the floor and get a little close to you so it can be a little bit more intimate or personal, if you will. We're going to sing 3 verses of this piece. We're going to do the first verse in German. Then we're going to sing a verse in English. And lastly, for the third verse, we're going to sing the Silent Night, All is Calm, All is Bright, the verse that most people are familiar with. And we ask if you would like to really kick off the season to join us in that third and final verse, singing Silent Night, okay? So we're just going to take a moment to get situated here, and I'm going to turn the lights down as well, okay? So just be prepared for that. I do ask that during this piece we please have no flash photography because we're trying to set a little mood lighting. You'll see that in a moment. So Silent Night. so much for joining us. That really just added to the experience and made it a lot more memorable, I know for me in particular. So we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to give my gratitude now. I would like to thank all of the administration for being here, coming to the concerts, and just always being supportive of our program. We couldn't do it without your support, the Board of Education. We couldn't do this without the custodians who are here, moving things around for us, staying late after we're all gone, tearing it down. So thank all of our custodial staff, turning on the sound and all of that. Mr. Baker for doing an amazing job with the live stream. If you want to check this out later or share it with anyone that couldn't come, he does a phenomenal job of, cutting to different people and just putting the names of the songs and everything on there. That is on the Facebook page. Mr. Jason Miller, who is always helpful, asking us whatever we need. He's always there. Mr. Jeremy Stevens for loaning us his band members, instruments, his classroom on nights like this. My husband for running around and grabbing last-minute things for me when I'm in a wild frenzy all of the time on these days and just dealing with me on, when we're trying to make it all just right. And the parents, friends, and family for supporting and coming out and just being here for your students and supporting them in their musical journey. And last but not least, obviously, Mrs. Pam Ingalls. I say this and I mean this with my whole heart. She makes me look good. I could not do this without this woman. Everything that she does. She does so much behind the scenes that no one even knows. And if it weren't for her, I couldn't stand up here and they couldn't stand up here and sound as good as we do without the help of that woman. So I just love her so much. Thank you, Mrs. Ingalls. That wraps up our evening, and have a great holiday season, and have a good night. Thank you so much for coming out. Good night.